Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and here's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Billionaire entrepreneur Tim Draper unveils crypto holdings, says portfolio includes Bitcoin, XRP, and beyond. And you know where this comes from, and I completely missed this. I didn't see it in my Twitter feed or anywhere else, and crypto media missed it too for a while. This came from an interview from, well, there are a few people talking apparently, but it was Tim Draper and my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Digital Asset Investor. And now I've got 3 different crypto media stories that all popped up at about the same time. I'm sure there are others that I didn't highlight. I'm not going to run through all of them. They're mostly overlaps of the same information, but just to illustrate the point that this just all popped up right here. And the discussion took place on September 15th, I believe. And again, I'm pretty plugged in, and I guess I'm going to miss stuff from time to time, obviously, and didn't see one single mention of this in my Twitter feed. So, because I would have expected to at least have seen that there first. I frequently see developments and news in my Twitter feed before crypto media writes about it, but I guess I just missed it. But it's interesting nonetheless here. So I'm going to run through this, but before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate it, because if you do, it will tell the YouTube algorithm that you don't completely hate this particular Moon Lambo video, and then it will push this content out onto more people, which I would be appreciative of. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel if you love your mama, because she wants you to be happy. And if you subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, you will find true happiness. And you know what? Gosh darn it, I want that for you too. So let's dive in here. Bitcoin bull and tech venture capitalist Tim Draper says his crypto portfolio includes Bitcoin, XRP, and a number of additional altcoins. And he, by the way, Tim Draper, he had only said so many things publicly about XRP in the past, so I'm glad that this question was directly asked. And so in an interview at the investor conference held by private sector liquidity provider Linkto, Draper shares the names of the top crypto assets that he owns. And again, the reason that he cited this next sentence, which will be a direct quote from him, is because the digital asset investor straight up asked him, do you hold? The way he worded it was, do you own Ripple and or XRP? It was something to that effect. So he's asking if he owned, invested in Ripple the company, and also if he happened to have invested in XRP specifically, because obviously those two things are not the same. Though Bitcoinist.com and NewsBTC.com love to conflate the two as if they don't know any better. But anyway, here's the quote from Tim Draper. Yes, I'm an owner of XRP. I'm an owner of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Tezos. I'm an owner of Aragon. Aragon? I don't know how to say that, ant. I'm aware of that. I don't really know anything. That's one I've never researched in the slightest here, so I have literally no opinion of it. But he also then said, I'm a believer. I think it's happening. It's coming. It's so important for the world, and I want the world to know it, and I want other people in the world to get on board. And I am a believer as well, probably for different reasons than some of the Bitcoin maxi types. But hey, whatever your aha moment is, good for you once you finally get it, because there's definitely something to this. The crypto asset class is not ever going to go away. And that's not financial advice, just to be clear. I don't have a financial background, so don't buy or sell anything because of me. I'm just sharing my everyday Joe Schmo opinion. But my aha moment, which I've shared on here, and I'll say it again because there's always new subscribers coming on board here, was when early on, and this must have been November, I don't know if maybe it's the latter half of November, but I recognized as I began to research what Ripple was doing in positioning XRP as a bridge currency, I recognized that this business model literally could not exist if there wasn't a sufficiently technologically advanced cryptocurrency that was also decentralized and had an open market price. Without all those things, I was like, this model could not exist. And that was my aha moment. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going away. It just like all hit me all at once. Like when it was like brain explode. Crypto's not going away. And so I even realized at that point, I was like, even if people are wrong about Bitcoin, and even if it goes to zero, fine, it would take XRP down with it in terms of price action. But the crypto asset class would survive, even if and I'm not saying Bitcoin would go away. I just was thinking through this. Early on, I was like, well, even if Bitcoin went away, if XRP is driving true value, then the price would tank. And then at some point, the market would rebound, even if it took years. Who knows what that would do and the devastation that would ensue if that actually happened. But I recognize there's true value here, which means that there should always be a price associated with this so long as it's driving true value, which means that XRP has to functionally be used. It has to actually continue to deliver real utility. Right? And so other people have different aha moments where they're thinking more so along the lines that Satoshi Nakamoto envisioned for Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer cash system. And that's fine too. It's just in the short term that's not as exciting to me because most people on the planet are, if you're in a first world country, you're not having trouble making payments, whether you're using a debit card or a credit card, or you're actually still using paper money or metallic currency, which is the bane of my existence. Oh my God, I swear if I have to stand behind another grandma taking out the dimes and nickels at the grocery store, it really steams my vegetables, so I don't like metallic currency. But even so, I'm just saying, there's not a major friction point in making payments here in the United States where I live, at least. And so adding Bitcoin to my life, what problem is that solving for me? Well, it's not. And so that's not to say there isn't something to the concept of having a decentralized currency that can't be confiscated by the government. It is just simply yours. You're basically your own bank at that point. I get all that. I can understand why all that's appealing. It's not fixing a problem right now, so it's not as immediately needed. That doesn't mean that that cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin or some other coin, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't ultimately have the asset class mature to a point where you actually do see a cryptocurrency or multiple cryptocurrencies be used in place of fiat currency. But what would cause that? You'd have to have pain points for people to go to that. You need to have less volatility. You need to have a more mature asset class. You need to have better technology so that you can handle the throughput, all of these things. And so we're not there yet, but I certainly could see a world where that happens, especially in third world countries where whatever fiat currency is in question is just inflated into oblivion, and then you have hyperinflation, then I could see you could have a cryptocurrency where it could take hold, it's decentralized, this and that. Totally get it. All of that makes sense. And I don't know if that would happen in the next 10 years or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, but I think it's going to have to take hold organically. You can't force feed it to people. It's just in the short term. There's a bunch of people that are more on the libertarian side or anarchists. Those two obviously are not related. I'm just saying that it's more people that that's like, rah, this is what's important to me, that have jumped on board early. So whatever your aha moment is, you're realizing that there are things that can be done that couldn't be. They absolutely could not be without blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies that have open market value and open market price and ideally drive some sort of value, right? But then the piece continues here. In 2019, the legendary investor revealed that he owns 30,000 Bitcoin, which he bought at a price of $632 per coin in 2014. My gosh. Ugh. My gosh. That is insane, right? I already knew that, but man, it's just every time I read it, it's insane. With Bitcoin's price hovering around $10,500 at time of writing, his Bitcoin trove is worth $315 million, representing an increase of over 1,500% from his initial investment. This guy's a character. I like this guy. I tell you what, I mentioned this before, but probably not recently. I actually did see him live. I went to a blockchain conference in Los Angeles in, I guess it was October of 2018. And he's a lively guy. He's a hoot to watch. He just ran out on stage and he came out and started doing jumping jacks. He's a lively fellow. I like him a lot. And, sometimes I see people trying to make him out like he's kooky. I think he's just got a lively personality, but in terms of the way that he's thought through things and approaching it, I tend to agree with him when I hear him speak more than I would disagree with him. And hey, he's on board with XRP too, so he can't be that wrong, right? And you can take a look at this piece too. So this is the same topic from Cointelegraph. Again, most of it's an overlap of the information. But I wanted to scroll down to this part because Cointelegraph, they ultimately try to make it out like it's a bad thing. But I just wanted to highlight this quote to point out that he's been bullish on XRP for some time. Price predictions aside. He didn't actually make a legit price prediction here, but check this out. On a Quora forum in October 2019, the billionaire said that he thinks the DLT payments processor Ripple was doing all the right things and is set for explosive growth, leading to much higher prices, adding, quote, Looking at the 3-time growth of Bitcoin over the last 5 months, one would expect a similar result from XRP. And of course, the next sentence from Cointelegraph, not surprising, they write, which only goes to show that even billionaires aren't very good at predicting prices. Well, he didn't predict an actual price. What I took from that is more or less that XRP is following Bitcoin. And even if he were actually talking about utility, and I'm not so sure that he necessarily was talking about utility, well, it has that too. But it's clear to me that in September of 2020, there are not enough people sufficiently parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies, and thus you've got every altcoin under the sun following in general the price action of Bitcoin. But there you go. Billionaire Tim Draper, who was wise enough to purchase Bitcoin at under $700, and it's now over, what is the time of recording? 10,600 or something like that. Or here, it's over here, 10,407 if this is live and accurate, whatever it is. Excuse me. And so he made a fortune off of that, and he's long on XRP. I know what I hate, and I don't hate that. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!